G'day, this is Joel from the Murdering. We'll be playing at Necrosonic this year at Mansfield Tavern, Brisbane, August 23rd, I believe, 2025. Um, yeah, it should be a great day. It'll be our first gig in about 9 years, so we're really looking forward to getting out there and playing with that lineup. It's pretty killer so far.
I can't better with me, bro. Thanks for joining us today. Nice to speak with you.
Yeah, you too, mate. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. So, the Murdering have been announced in the first wave of bands for Necrosonic 2025, which is held at the Mansfield Tavern on August 23, as you say. So, it's still a few months off, mate, but in Brisbane, the excitement levels are through the roof, mate. Like, how are you guys sitting with it?
Mate, it's great. It's great. It was really good to see the just the organic sort of spread that it got when it was first announced there. It's a really killer lineup so far. Obviously, there's a second wave to come out for it as well, which is yeah, I think people are going to be pretty psyched when they see who's on that second announcement sort of thing. But yeah, it's killer up here, man. It's got good presence online, and it seems like everyone's really excited. Everyone up here that I've spoken to is keen to get along, and yeah, it's going to be a day.
All right, so the first lineup of bands announced featured acts like Bolzer, there's Lord Chaos, Alara and Frankenbach, Black
Yeah.
Rhino, Piston Fist, just to name a few, man. So
Mm.
is there any bands that you're really looking forward to catching up with and seeing on the day?
Well, there's quite a few guys from bands who are playing, other bands that I haven't seen for a while, so it'll be good. The Piston Fist guys, they're doing some great stuff at the moment. Obviously seeing like the Back from the Dead bands, like catching Day's End with that earlier material and Brace, the Henry's Anger guys. That'll be really, really cool. I used to be a big fan of those guys in the day. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really cool to see a lot of people I haven't seen for a while and like with their new projects and what they're doing now. There's a lot of good stuff going on out there. And yeah, it'll be cool to just catch it all, man.
So being your first show in about 9 years, bro, are you classed as a Back from the Dead band or are you a amongst the living?
Fuck, I haven't even thought about that, to be honest. No, I wouldn't say we're back from the dead. It was more just I suppose a very long continuation of what we were doing before we sort of stopped doing it, I guess. Yeah, so I haven't even really thought of it that way, to be honest with you. But no, we just feel like we're just happy to be on the bill. Like I say, we haven't played a live show in a very long time, so we've got some really good material coming out at the moment. Our next single's coming out shortly. It's being done with Kris Themelko down in Melbourne. So we're just doing our thing, I suppose, is the easiest way to put it. We're not sort of got any expectations on anything. It's just going to be a real day to have a good time and just knock the dust off, I suppose.
Damn straight. Now, Necrosonic made its debut last year and absolutely smashed it, but it was a brave move by Kent assembling such a brutal lineup. But the success of it shows you that the thirst for heavy music is definitely there. You've just got to do it right, hey?
That's it, man. Like, and you speak about Kent putting this together. Like that dude's an OG of Brisbane metal scene, man. Like that, no one knows how to do it up here. Like Kent, he's just back in the day when he was doing it full time. Before he took a break and now he's come back now. He's just the guy to do it up there. He's ear to the ground with the local bands and what's happening up there, and it's just I wouldn't want to have anybody in charge of something like that up here because he's really got everything put together, and his team, they're doing a great job with the promotion and just everything that goes with it, the merchandise, the quality of band, obviously the quality of the bill, number one. But yeah, it's fantastic, man. Like you couldn't have someone better running that thing.
And along those lines too, like what do festivals like this mean to the Australian metal industry, I guess, like that are run by actual fans and people who genuinely like the music, not just a
Mm.
big promoter in there to make a quick buck.
Yeah, oh mate, it's so good, man. Like it's like I say, I've already said, it's great to have guys who just are still at that down to earth level that can put on such a great day, like Kento doing this and his team, the boys down in Adelaide, Northie doing Froth and
Yeah.
Fury, they're just like those guys are killing it at, I don't want to say a grassroots level because it's not grassroots, what they're doing. But they themselves are from that grassroots level. And, I feel like they identify with the punter much more than, the Coles and Woolworths promoters that we have running everything else at the moment. So it's awesome, man. It shows that it's just still that real groundswell, awesome, identifiable vibe with promoters in Australia that are doing a good job at the moment, like those boys.
So Necrosonic itself features 30 bands across 3 stages over 12 hours. So it's going to be massive. So are you personally, you're going to draw up a timetable of bands and stages and try and stick to it, or are you just going to wing it and just wander and where the cards fall, you're going to drink and watch?
Yeah, it'll be a bit of that. I mean, there's definitely some bands I want to check on the day, like for sure. Couple that haven't been announced yet, but definitely going to check those boys out. As I said before, the Piston Fist guys, got to catch those guys. Pizza Death. I want to see what's up with Pizza Death because
It's great
I've
name,
heard a
eh?
few cool things with those guys. Yeah, and I think they were on Froth and Fury last year, but one of the boys went down and checked him out, and he came back raving about him. So I want to scope that out as well. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. Now, by the sounds of what you've been saying, this next question is null and void because I'm pretty sure you already know who the second lineup is. So I was going to ask you who you hope will be on the second round, but like I say, by the sounds of it, you already know who's going to be there, so you can't really answer that one.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble off camp for saying that. Fuck, I didn't even think. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be dope. Like, yeah, everyone is gonna really shit the bed.
Yeah,
it's good.
Nice. All right, we'll move on before either of us gets in trouble. So,
pretty much.
with so many bands playing, there's bound to be a heap of bands that people have never seen before, which is great. But for the benefit of those unfamiliar with the Murdering, give us a bit of a rundown on the band. Like I say, you haven't played in 9 years, so there's going to be a lot of people who haven't actually heard of you before.
100%. No one's going to be heard of us before, so it's going to be one of those like, come check it out. Like, check the socials. Like I said, we've just released the first single off our EP, Demon Eater, that's up online now, so you can go scope that out. We've got a new single coming out in a couple of weeks. We released a couple more tracks at the end of last year, just as some, I guess you would say, short form media type releases, not full singles necessarily, but they go with some video, and they, it's just a bit of that sort of being able to get your head around the project kind of thing. But yeah, it's going to be good, man. We can't wait to get up there and do our thing, and hopefully people come check us out and just see what's up. I mean, we're playing, you're there.
May as well. So run us through a typical live set from the Murdering. What can people expect if they stagger to your stage?
Well, we're going to have, like I said, we've been trying to do with the material released last year, audio visual type stuff. We're going to have, a bit of a movie sort of thing that's been put together by ourselves playing while we're on doing our thing, doing our set. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. I guess we'll just have to come and have a look, but it's not going to be a standard set. I could put it that way.
And some of the visuals, I believe, will entail something similar to what you got behind you right now.
Yeah. It's just running with the theme of what we're doing in the EP, the Death Process EP that we're doing right now. So yeah, like I say, it's visual as much audio with the songs and the artwork and the videos that go with it and stuff that's coming. So yeah, it's all a theme, I suppose you would say.
Yeah. Nice. So I want to dive into that a little bit deeper now, because you do have a 5-track EP called Death Process coming out that, from what I can see, is basically follows the arc of a fictional serial killer's story. So it sounds intriguing and fascinating and awesomely gory. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, it was just a bit of a carry on from where we sort of finished when we stopped playing live and recording and stuff, 9-10 years ago. With that lyrical theme, obviously, the name of the band's The Murdering. So it's themed that way. As far as we wanted to come up with, a bit of a concept for this one, not just plonk out the songs and stuff. People want a bit more than that, I think, nowadays. So, we fortunately have a really, really good visual arts and editing and all that sort of stuff and film guy in our bass player, Daryl, who operates Harm Company down in Sydney. And so he's very much into putting the video side and the visual aspect into the EP as well, not just the music sort of thing. So it's going to have, that sort of storyline put along with the music and something you can sort of consume on a level other than just listen to some songs, I guess.
And how have you structured those ideas, bro? Like, is it going to be like a whodunit mystery type murder thing, or do the stories sort of pretty much paint what's going on?
Yeah, no, nothing cheesy like that. It's more of an to a degree, it's a it's a set out storyline, but it gets interpretive as well, I suppose you could say. Where it's more leaning on the psychological side of things and being able to sort of put pieces together yourself, not just sort of, lay everything out for you. You can interpret it in any sort of which way you want, I think, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it'll kind of pieces fit together sort of thing as each song comes out. A new piece of the storyline or arc of the storyline will go along with it, and it can be pieced together to make a complete sort of picture by the end of it, by the last song.
Nice. And how much actual research did you put into doing this album? Like you could do it two ways. You could just either make everything up, or you could go all in immersive and sort of make it real life, I guess. Like which angle did you take?
I guess it just comes from, like I say, it's the direction we sort of went when we did the EP from Hell back in 2015, I think that was, maybe 24, I can't remember, 2015, 2016, put out from Hell EP, and that was along the same lines already lyrically and, sort of storyline wise as that kind of psychological arc. But it just comes from, I suppose, from an interest in that sort of thing. I mean, everybody loves that serial killer shit. I'm no different. I've been into that stuff for 20 years or so. It's just interesting, man. That's why people love it. So it was just a natural sort of thing. Goes with the band, goes with the theme, and it's something we all sort of are interested in and morbidly fascinated by. So it was kind of easy to just keep down that path, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, a big chunk of it's storytelling, obviously, but it's taking it from real life, art imitating life sort of situation.
Well, and I also stumbled across a remix of Demon Eater that you did with the Amenta. I didn't actually get a chance to listen to
Yeah,
it, but I will be after this interview. That looks like it'd be a lesson in brutality.
yeah, it's pretty filthy, man. Like it's cool as that was lined up. I think Jake, our guitarist, is friends with a couple of guys from New Manta, and yeah, he just came to us one day and he said, "Hey, Manta want to do a remix of the song or whatever," and yeah, we were like, "Fucking cool, man. That sounds good. Let's go for it." And it's pretty wild, yeah. So it was very very cool. We were super stoked with how it turned out, and it was cool for like the freedom of be able to just give that track to somebody and be like, sort of just do whatever you want with it, kind of thing. And they go, "Here you go. Here's the thing." And you're like, "Cool." I would never have sort of thought of doing that like that at any point. So it was cool, man. Yeah. It's on
Wouldn't
YouTube.
it,
You can check that shit out.
wouldn't it be even cooler if the Amenta were in the second wave of bands and they're coming and you could do it together on stage in Necrosonic?
That'd be pretty dope, man. I mean, there's some definite voice manipulation stuff going on in there in the remix, that's for sure. But yeah, no, it
I
would
have
be
to wait
pretty
and
cool. It'd be
see.
pretty cool. Yeah. We'll see.
Fantastic, John. Well, thanks very much for your time, bro. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. That murdering, making a comeback to the stage after 9 years at Necrosonic. Early bird tickets are on sale. I believe they're already more than half gone. So if you want to get yourself cheaper tickets, get in quickly and grab them. Otherwise, you'll still be paying good value for money for what you're getting, but you get them cheaper right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.